So first I'd like to start with what we believe here at Unbridled Change. So what we believe is that everyone, yes everyone, is a strong, beautiful, powerful being capable of anything and everything. But unfortunately, sometimes life can rip away that truth, leaving us kind of feeling stuck in an ocean of paralyzing fear and pain and what if, and not knowing that we're that truly amazing, beautiful being. At Unbridled Change, we help our clients feel hope, find the healing that they need, and the growth to realize that they are powerful and that that truth is real and that they can learn to not only flow with life's ups and downs, but step into a life that they never dreamed was possible. So unfortunately, I know firsthand about life's ups and downs. And when I was 13 years old, my journey was derailed and my life was ripped away from me and from my family at just 13. And it all happened from a bite from a little itty bitty mosquito. That mosquito bite gave me an illness, encephalitis and spinal meningitis. And that started me on a new path in life at 13. I was in the hospital in and out for over 3 months, and I was in a coma for days. A couple things happened while I was in that coma. One is when I woke up, I had no memories. I had no knowledge of the world around me, the relationships that I had, and a couple other things happened. Due to the swelling of my brain and my spinal cord, I was deaf in my ears at that time. My eyes were so sensitive to light that I couldn't see. And I had no use of my legs from about the middle of my back down. So I was a little push me, pull me. If you touched on me, over I fell. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to be with anything because all I knew was what I knew when I woke up. Since I didn't have any memories to pull from, all I knew was that I was in incredible pain, that I was scared and that I was angry at the world, and that I had no control over anything. And because of that, I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to be anywhere. And so I just started pulling back more and more. If I didn't want to be there, then I didn't want to have any trust in people. And then I re-met for the second time the horse that I had rode before I was sick, Schedule A. Schedule A did something for me that no other human could do or that I was willing to let them do. He gave me hope that I could be just who I was. He didn't judge me. He took me just as I was. He wasn't scared of the wheelchair or the fact that I had been sick. He didn't hold the fact that I was a little weird against me because I didn't know how to move my body or what that looked like. As long as I was willing to be fair and just and accept him for who he was willing to do the same for me. He taught me how to be in that dance of relationship, and he also literally gave me back the use of my legs. Within 6 months of working with him, I was walking again. Within a year, I was trying out for the basketball team as a freshman in high school. But in addition to giving me back the use of my legs, he gave me something that is, in a way, a little bit more powerful to me. He gave me an anchor to being grounded and willing to go through the pain and the emotional pain of having trauma and a traumatic brain injury and what those side effects are. I wasn't willing to make those connections to the humans around me at first, but one day something changed and I was willing to bridge that gap between what I was doing with the horses to what I was willing to do with humans and being in relationships with them. And once I started to be open to the human world, I could see really clearly the same destructive thought patterns and behavior patterns that I had had. I could see them in other people who had been through similar situations as me. And I wanted to know why. Like, why is this a pattern that exists in people who have been through trauma, who have had life's ups and downs kind of knock them off their balance? Of course, because I spoke horse first, not human, I already had a love and a fascination for learning and everything I could horsemanship. And now I wanted to know everything I could in what I like to call humanship. So I'm a little bit of a geek, so it kind of took me on a little bit of a journey. I dove into neuroscience. I went into like your body's energy systems, mindfulness and meditation, and how our brain, our feelings, and our body are all supposed to work together. I also really looked into those big, heavy, lofty, holding mental health therapies and concepts. I wanted to know what all these people kept talking about of like living this full connected life. I didn't understand it, but I wanted to know it. So once I started to understand all the concepts, I still didn't feel it. And I wanted to know, well, how do I feel this way? And I started experimenting it, and I was like, there has to be a better way to do this than, close to, at this point, 20-year journey from one rabbit hole to the next to the next. And what I found was the answer had been in front of me from the time I was 13 years old. The answer was in every lesson that every horse that I had ever met had given me. It was how to be in connection with trust, with respect, believing in yourself and in somebody else, a willingness to connect in and out of relationships, and a willingness to stand up for yourself and set a boundary and accept somebody else's boundary, which then let me be in communication, which then led me to a why, a purpose, a reason. That was the answer, and it was right in front of me the whole time. Now, I'm a little bit of a hard study, so it took me about 8 years to figure it all out and really to put it all together into a package that I believe truly does help people on their journey. Trauma, abuse, neglect, shame, that can shatter your nervous system and really create a disconnect between your thoughts and your feelings and your body and just kind of where you're at in your relationships. At Unbridled Change, we take all those things that we were talking about, neuroscience, mental health therapies and concepts and theories, and we bring it all together through what's called equine-assisted psychotherapy and counseling. And what that does, it allows you to rebuild those pathways to yourself, in the moment, truly rebuilding a real relationship with our horses and having the opportunity to see those negative thought patterns and behavior patterns that exist because you had to survive the world that you came through. And by having that opportunity to build a new relationship based on what you want it to look like, without the strings of the past, to bring in, if I could trust somebody, what would that feel like? Just imagine, if I didn't have those limiting thoughts and negative belief systems holding me hostage, what could my life look like? What would I want it to be? And you get to be in the arena with our therapists and myself and our horses, working through, letting go of those old limiting beliefs that just weigh us down and stepping into new ones that are what you want them to be based on your choice, not on the choice of the past, but where you want your life to go in the future. And so that's what we do at Unbridled Change. We take all of those pieces that horses have taught me about how to be in that dance of relationship, because it is a little easier to do it with a horse than a human at first. And once that gets solid with a horse, of being able to give and receive trust, respect, and to believe in your worth, that you are a powerful being worthy of asking for connection and love, then all of a sudden it's easy to take that same bridge and move it over to humans. We believe this. We believe this 100% that we can help our clients with this journey without having to go through like 20 years of self-discovery. We can do it a lot faster than that. And that once we get them there, it is up to them. So we can show them the door and we can provide them with the space and environment to build that bridge, but it is up to our clients to figure out what that bridge looks like for them. Through our support and our guidance, they can find what their bridge looks like for them, find their why, their trust in the world, their communication and willingness and connection to others. And when they're done, they believe in that bridge because they built it. It's not my bridge, it's theirs. And that's what we believe. I love nothing more than watching my clients come in and shift and change and grow into that beautiful, amazing being that I knew they were that first day I met them, that they had no clue that's who they were. And they even go past what I thought was possible for them. That's what I love. And that's what we do here at Unbridled Change. We help our clients find that amazing life they never even dreamed they could have because they're worth it.